Did you know the average child spends nearly 45 hours a week watching TV or using other types of media, such as a computer? A report released today says this is having a negative impact on our children's health. Joining us, Dr. Ezekiel Emmanuel of the National Institutes of Health and James Steyer, CEO of Common Sense Media. Gentlemen, good morning.
Thank you.
Dr. Emmanuel, let me begin with you. You analyzed 173 children's studies and found 7 specific negative health impacts due to increased media exposure. Let me just run down the list. Obesity, tobacco use, sexual behavior, drug use, alcohol use, low academic achievement, ADHD. Can you explain the link?
Well, in some cases, like obesity and academic achievement, it appears that most of the link is about the hours spent in front of the TV, leading to bad health outcomes. In other cases, it's a combination of the amount of time and the content that kids are watching on TV. You would expect, for example, for obesity, if you're watching TV and you're sitting on a couch or sitting in a chair, you're not actually engaged in a lot of physical activity. That is a big, going to be a big negative in terms of how much weight you gain and adipose tissue. So same thing with academic achievement.
Content is one thing, but let's talk about the amount of media exposure that is safe for kids. I mean, is there like a magic number? How many hours? Go ahead.
We didn't seem to see a magic number, and many of the studies estimated time in different ways, and obviously time between a computer and TV shows is going to be different. But some of the disturbing findings, at least to me, is one of the major and best done studies suggested that as little as 8 hours a week, so that's a little more than an hour a day, began to show negative relationships with things like obesity.
Wow. James, let me turn to you. Computers, TVs, video games are all staples in almost every American household. What do you think parents can do to reduce the negative impact of media on kids?
Well, Joey, this is clearly a big issue out there for moms and dads, and I think some basic common sense rules apply. I mean, setting clear limits. Zeke was just talking about the amount of time kids spend in front of a screen. Just putting limits on that, you know, an hour or 2 a day max is a really healthy thing to do. The other thing is when you get to some of the content issues, particularly when you talk about sexuality or issues like that, you can watch and listen and surf with your kids, and you can tell them what you like and what you don't like and why, because a lot of this is sort of basic parenting today in this 24/7 digital media world.
In the final seconds, I want to turn back to Dr. Emmanuel. I can't let you get out of here without teasing you just a bit. Isn't your brother, Ari Emanuel, one of the biggest media agents in the television and film industry? Who Ari Gold's character is based on an Entourage. Do you talk to your brother about your concerns?
We just celebrated Thanksgiving together, and he knows very well that I raised my kids with absolutely no TV in the house. So I practice what I preach.
And maybe you can take it to your other brother, Rahm Emanuel, who's now part of the Obama administration, to do something about this on a national scale. Dr. Ezekiel Emmanuel, James Steyer, thank you both.
아이들의 편견은 어떻게 만들어지는가? 와인잔을 가득 채우는 모습을 카메라로 찍은 다음 그것을 아이들에게 보여줘 봤습니다. 아이들은 TV에 대해 어른들과 다른 태도를 갖고 있다는 걸 곧 볼 수 있습니다.
자, 동건아, 이 네모 상자를 이렇게 확 엎으면은 주스가 어떻게 될 것 같아?
엎어져.
어떻게 된다고?
엎어져.
엎어져요?
쏟아져요. 흘려요. 흘려요.
아이들은 TV 안에 잔이 있다고 생각합니다. TV를 기울이면 와인도 쏟아질 거라고 믿습니다. 보이는 것을 그대로 믿어버리는 겁니다. 텔레비전에서 보이는 모든 게 아이들에게는 진실이 됩니다. 믿을 수 없다면 다음의 실험을 보시죠. 아이들을 3 그룹으로 나눈 뒤 첫 번째 그룹에게는 인형을 공격하는 모습을 보여줍니다. 두 번째 그룹에게는 인형을 사랑하고 보살피는 온화한 모습을 보여줍니다. 세 번째 그룹은 인형에게는 별다른 관심을 보이지 않는 무관심한 모습을 보여줍니다. 잠시 후 첫 번째 공격 모델을 본 아이들을 똑같은 방에 들여놓자 아이들은 들어오자마자 아까 본 그대로의 모습을 모방합니다.
거기랑 똑같다.
두 번째 친절 모델을 본 아이들입니다. 아이들은 옆에 칼이 있어도 그것을 사용하지 않습니다. 정확히 자신이 본 행동을 그대로 따라합니다. 세 번째 그룹 역시 자신이 본 대로 합니다. 매체의 영향이 이렇게 엄청났다는 것 알고 계셨나요?
Well, I don't have any children, but my sister has 2 kids, and she does allow them to watch TV.
Yes, of course. We do not allow them.
Now they have it, they can open their minds into a lot of things. Maybe some topics that you haven't discussed with the child, and they see them on TV, they ask you why and everything.
Oh, definitely, yeah. It does affect my nieces a lot. They tend to copy what they see.
Yes, it can be good effective or bad effective, but it's normally bad effective.
Because if they just pick out of anything, they can pick up like all the things, the bad things in the world that we don't want them yet to learn.
Well, it's not necessarily bad. It depends on what they're watching. Some shows are bad, and some shows affect them for the better.
Because there are so many violence and then bad acting, and then because they can follow exactly what they do and what they say.
It's not a lot, but it would be more into cartoons, so maybe 2 hours or less.
My nieces, maybe 2 or 3 hours a day. More if it's raining, less if it's a very nice day.
It can be 4 or 5 hours a day.
Selected cartoons, maybe Nickelodeon.
They usually watch cartoons. My sister watches nature shows.
I think cartoons. They like cartoons.
Want to be like the Barbie or whatever on the TV, or the princess or everything.
Yes, they definitely do. Usually something that they heard or something they saw. They'll dance like the cartoon character or use the same expressions when they speak that character says.
Yes, some child just copy what they say exactly.
Mostly their actions and the things they say. Luckily, my nieces don't watch violent programs or adult-type programs. They mostly watch cartoons meant for children, so the things they copy aren't bad children. Aren't bad actions or phrases. Although many of the students I have in class, I do notice sometimes that they tend to copy phrases that they could have only learned from a TV show meant for older viewers.